Welcome. I'm going to show you a really intense game of Crazyhouse I just had. So I was playing the white pieces. Alright, immediately, I can't recommend this. Giving away a pawn is usually good in this position, but in Crazyhouse, they can drop that pawn now anywhere they want, so it's not a good strategy. Now, I probably should have just taken this pawn, but I do this to stop the checks from the bishop. Now, this move really stuffs my game up. This is so hard to deal with. Just develop, attacks my bishop, I bring it back, so if he takes I can open my rook file. Castles, and now I bring my knight out. Knight comes out. Alright, I take this pawn now. He can win my bishop. However, with that pawn, I drop it and fork 2 pieces. He loses his bishop. And I took with a knight because I didn't want his queen gaining communication with this pawn here. So he brings in a pawn, sorry, again, backing up this, becoming a real pain. I take his knight. Now I've got a knight and a bishop, and same as him to drop anyway if we want. So I bring it here, attacking this pawn twice instead of defending once. He checks my king, abusing that pawn there. I just move it, and now he does this. So, of course, I take with the knight, and then take the pawn. Now I took it with the king. Oh yeah, if I took with the queen, he could take my rook, and I couldn't take back immediately. So that's why I did that. He takes the rook anyway, and now I drop a pawn here, forking both pieces, because his knight can't really get out immediately anyway. My queen's controlling that. So he does this. So this is a bit scary. If I take the bishop, he gets an open file to check my king. So I promote. And I think it would have been pretty nice to check my king and then take, but instead he takes with that. So I take the knight, brings a pawn again here to check. So I move my king, he brings a knight, and now he's got a rook in reserve, so he's looking to drop it here and win my queen. So I bring my knight back to defend this square. He attacks my knight, and I was thinking about defending with a bishop, but I defend with the queen instead. Brings the pawn forward. No, I can't take it with this, because then that's open again, and he'll win my rook in the corner. So rook, boom. So I wasn't going to take either and let the queen open up, so I bring a bishop to stop him pushing the pawn further, and also defending this knight again. He takes, I take back, and now he drops in that pawn that he traded for this check. And yeah, I go towards the middle of the board. Going here, my rook's still blocked in. Yeah, I didn't really like that. I think pawn. So let's say I move my king to E. He can take my knight, and then if I take back, he can promote, and that's actually checkmate. So I move my king up, and now he drops his rook in. He's got no reserve left. So let's see. I take it, promotes, and I take that. So now I've got a big reserve, and he's just got my rook. He takes my knight. I'll show you why I did this. He had a really devious plan here. His idea was, if I take this, he's got a knight and rook, so he can bring a rook in, check me. my only square is to go here, and then his knight jumps in here, and that's checkmate. The rook is guarding this square, and the knight is checking here, and I can't move anywhere. So that would have been a really nice mate. So therefore, I defend this square again, so we can't do that checkmate. He brings his rook back, because now I could have taken it. I bring a pawn up to kick the rook away. And also, I was thinking about a sacrifice here. Like, if the rook's off, which he does move it, I was thinking bishop, pawn, queen. But I decided against it, because he could just drop in a piece to block it. Then I've got 2 pawns for bishops, so maybe it would have been okay. I decided just to push the pawn up in again, challenge rook. Now he sacrifices the rook. And why did he do this? Another check. He's got a rook still. So here I only have 1 move. And I'm pretty sure he could have checkmated me just by putting his rook on d1. And that would have been game. But luckily, he brought his rook here, and I could block it by bringing in a bishop. I chose a bishop because I didn't want to give up my knight. And giving up a rook is bad too, because rook takes, king takes, and he's got a rook again, and he comes to this side and he can check. That would be checkmate. Or, yeah, probably. Wouldn't be checkmate, but why give him the option? So he does this. He is attacking his pawn twice, I'm only defending it once. Now I throw in my pawn here, because if he takes, I got a nice check. And it's guarding this square. He takes, so I check him. He moves his king. Now drop this knight here. I couldn't find a better move at the time. And I thought this was pretty decent because I'm trying to get rid of this knight who's, constant pain in my throat. And I'm defending the bishop too. And attacking mainly this weak square. This square's only defended once, and that's where his king is. So that was the idea. Now he attacks my bishop. And I just play nice and solidly, backing up and pushing a pawn. And opening my queen up. He promotes to a queen, so I have to take it. Knight takes, and now let's see. Why did I do this? He's got a bishop and a knight. I obviously thought of taking the knight, but I didn't. I was really short of time here. I had 38 seconds and he had 2 minutes. But I'm just looking at why I didn't just take this knight. Like bishop chair, I can just block it. Oh, I think it had to do with this pawn coming in and forking us both. So he's got knight, bishop, pawn. Bishop. Jeez, I'm really wondering why I was so scared here. I guess if he brings a pawn in here, take, trade. In hindsight, I think it would have been good just to take this knight, but I went a bit crazy here. I took this knight, and he can just take back with the queen. Really. He brings this knight, or he drops the knight in to check me. Now I make a pretty bad move, I think. Bring here. Now he could take this and check me, and then I gotta move up. But instead, he drops a bishop here. So my only move, well besides here, I'm just gonna take that knight. Takes this with a check. My king comes up. Brings the queen. And I drop in a rook to block it. So look at this position. He's got a pawn and a bishop. He could have brought a bishop in and checked me and forked my queen and my king. And then my queen would take and the knight would take. And then I'd have to go on a sacrificial rampage. Probably. Instead he drops a pawn in. So I take it. And now he does this. So my king can't take it. So I have to move to the side. I've only got one move. And now he just takes my queen. And now I've got a big problem. He's got my queen, and he's gonna checkmate me here next move. And I have no way of getting out of checkmate. Even if I stop the square, he'll just bring his queen down and checkmate me. So I pretty much have to attack his king with check every turn. So that's what I do. I got 3 pawns, 2 knights, and a rook. So first, well, you can just look at the position. My bishop is stopping this square. So I want to entomb him. And I got 3 pawns, so I want to bomb him with pawns. So I bring a rook in. Now he probably should have taken with the rook, I reckon. Because then I don't see a follow-up. I think that's pretty much over. But he takes with the king, which is good, because then I bring the knight in and check. Only move. And now I gotta keep checking him. So the only check is to drop the other knight. I've still got 1 knight left. And now they're backing each other up. His rook takes. My knight takes his rook. We check again. Now his queen can take that. And I think I've got to keep checking. So I've only got 30 seconds still, and I'm just looking for checks. So I drop a knight in with check, which is good because if he takes, I can bring in this rook with check. So he takes it. He had to take it actually. If he moved back, I would have brought the rook into here with checkmate. Now I check him here, the only square I can do it from. And he drops a rook here, so now this is like, oh god. At 38 seconds, oh, I'm not sure how much time I had exactly. I don't think that time's updated. But I had 4 pawns left, so I started throwing pawns at his face. So check, his rook can't take, his king has to take, or else he can move back and take. Pawn up. I'm not sure, maybe he should have moved back here. Take. I don't know, but he didn't. Then I check him again. Maybe he should have taken my pawn here with the queen. But that looks a bit weird. Now I check him again with this pawn. So he moves back, but now it's too much, I think. The rook takes, pawn has to take. And then I've got the rook I just taken off him. So that's checkmate. So that game was really full on, that was fun.